Good morning, students. Here I am to tell you about a letter to God. This letter was written by Lencho to God when his condition of finance really crippled. It almost collapsed. He had nothing to eat. He had realized that now there would be the condition of starvation and he would not have seeds to sow for the next year, and there was no other help he could not expect. That's why he wanted a help from God, who had unshakable faith in Almighty. So he wrote a letter expecting that he would get 100 pesos, but as soon as it was received by the postmaster, firstly he laughed and later he became serious, asked his colleagues to just contribute some money as an act of charity, so they did. He also parted a major portion of contribution to help Lencho, but he did not want to mention his name in the letter written to him. Rather, he signed as God. It was his most beneficial, not but sacrificing attitude that is expressed. He was generous too. So here, postmaster plays a vital role in just hiding his identity as well as to help him. The next Sunday, what did happen? You will learn much about it. So, what does happen? You will also know about it that really worked, and so it is the idea. Now, I have already prepared something for you to understand. Lynch hoped that it would rain as he saw some clouds in the sky. He was so hopeful that he thought his crops would grow better. But misfortune never comes alone. Wind started to blow, which was followed by drizzling and continued with heavy rainfall and ended with hailstones. All his crops grown in the field with dotted flowers were completely destroyed, and he became hopeless. Lencho wrote a letter to God asking for 100 pesos. It was a big hope. The postmaster, with the help of his staff, sent him 70 pesos. It was an irony that he thought that the employees of the post office were crooked. What an innocent understanding that man had to justify that person who helped him was really cursed and he could not be trusted. It is the idea. Lencho comes to the post office again, hoping that he would get the letter. Really, this time he was successful in getting some money from God. He opened the letter handed by the postman, but really he was not so happy. He did not show any kind of surprise nor any kind of excitement. Rather, he was angry. When did he become angry? When he counted the money that he gained from God. As it was written by God, this letter was written, so he did not expect any surprise. Rather, he became angry because he received only 70 pesos. Instead of thinking that who might have sent him such an amount, he started cursing the employees of the post office. Why? Because he thought that he was the man. Those are the men in the post office. They are crooked because they have taken his 100 out of 130 pesos, because he had calculated, recalculated, and requested to God that he must send him at least 100 pesos. That was not more than enough, but it was his requirement. So how God could make such a mistake to just make his devotees survive on the earth? Really, it must have been the dishonest activity of the staff of the post office. So instead of just uh, going home, he just bought an envelope. He just bought an envelope and asked for pen and ink, went to the writing desk and started writing a letter. This time he requested God to send the rest of the money that he could not send, but he asked him, please do not send the money through the mail. Why? Because the post office employees are a bunch of crooks. Here, you might have understood that this man did not understand that God does not himself come as uh, people expect help. Rather, there are so many creatures on the earth. We human beings are on the earth who can satisfy the need of each other, one another. Here, he failed to understand this. Means this man was not so much educated and he had not a higher sense of spirituality which could really imbibe him with the ideas of just understanding what are the things that constitute to have faith in God. Really, he blamed. It is an irony. Here you could understand that what is the man like Lencho? Means he was an ox of man. It is a metaphor. So men should work hard and have faith in God. But we should not live alone. We should be little educated, not we should be well educated. We should just cultivate the land with the latest technology so that whatever disaster comes upon us, that can be borne with courage and certain amount of money that we must save against the rainy days. Really, these are the things that are lacking here. So you have understood that it is all about the faith in God. This faith really rises a man. It is said that faith can move mountains, and really, these mountains are not only immovable but they can also be moved if you have faith. So you can read some adventurous stories, you can just get some stamp collections, you must have learned about how money was sent in the previous time. It was sent through money orders and there were some witnesses and where the sender's writers and the sender's address and the receiver's address were written, but at the time of receiving money, the person has to be certified that this is the right man. Otherwise, money could not be received by the receiver to whom it is sent. So, now this custom has come to an obsolete and now it's all. Thank you, children. I hope that you might have understood it well, much better.